It's a time of year where we pause and reflect on the legacy of war. But the question of whether or not we should be reselling Nazi memorabilia for profit came to the front doors of an Edmonton antique store.
I was pretty pissed off, to be honest.
Bashir Mohammed took to Twitter after finding plates similar to this one with Nazi symbolism and a promise it's authentic.
So in this case, there's this item in front of me with a very horrific past, and it was just offered up for sale.
The owner of the Old Strathcona Antique Mall telling City News after reading comments on Twitter, they will no longer be selling these items in store.
Continued emotional trauma that it's causing families of survivors. I guess that's where it really came home to me yesterday.
Nobody should be profiting off of genocide, and that's what these items represent.
The Jewish Federation of Edmonton is hopeful these items are not just off the shelves, but no longer being sold as we enter Holocaust Awareness Month, saying these items belong in a museum.
So it is true that it is a part of our history, but having something like that in a store rather than in a museum with educational context and with really a connection to what it is and what it represents really trivializes the experience of what Nazi symbolism is.
You know, unfortunately, I don't think it's that uncommon. Part of the reason I wanted to get involved is that I've seen similar items at that same store, and I've brought it up in the past. I've been told, oh, we'll look into it.
After seeing tweets on the subject, Patricia Sothoff felt compelled to email the Antique Mall. As an assistant lecturer in religious studies, she's concerned about these items falling into the wrong hands with no context, as a new generation of anti-Semitism arises.
You know, just 2 days ago, you had people blocking the street in Edmonton wearing Stars of David and associating mask mandates and vaccine mandates to the Holocaust. And that is incredibly anti-Semitic and really scary to see because it really undermines the horrible things that happen.
The owner of the Antique Mall says she will be donating her personal collection to a museum, but defends private war collectors in purchasing these Nazi memorabilia, noting how most items in Alberta were brought to Canada by soldiers.
But they were souvenirs of this horrible monster that they had defeated.
But says she's grateful the harm these items were causing was pointed out. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.